Hey there, Canonites! Welcome back for some more Halo news. I'm a bit late to this party, as is often the case, but nevertheless, we're going to do this. Warning, potential spoilers ahead. We'll start off with some comic news. Announced earlier this year was a new comic series, Halo Initiation. Starting just before the end of the Human Covenant War, the series follows Sarah Palmer as an ODST and shows her transformation into a Spartan. The descriptions for the comics on Dark Horse's website also talk about an attempt by insurrectionists to board and hijack the UNSC Infinity. Along with the descriptions of the future issues comes a full 10-page preview of issue 1. Check it out on Dark Horse's website. What's really interesting is that it starts out with a UNSC Lieutenant Commander by the name of Musa. This is in fact Fajad 104, a Spartan washout. Right off the bat, we get Musa talking about how much he hates Catherine Halsey. This shouldn't come as a huge surprise, seeing as the series was written by Brian Reed, a writer for Spartan Ops and a known Halsey hater. I can understand why he and other fans dislike Halsey, but Reed is the guy that decided to chop off Halsey's arm for the sake of ambiguity. I am not a fan of Brian Reed, but I hope that Initiation does well. The first issue comes out on August 14th. In a related bit of news, 2 new Halo-themed avatars were put on the Xbox Live Marketplace. These are Commander Palmer and Spartan Davis from Spartan Assault. Now you may think, what do avatar costumes have to do with Halo lore? Well, quite a bit once we get into the descriptions. To start, here's the description for Spartan Edward Davis. Hand-chosen for the inaugural class of the Spartan 4 program, Edward Davis was part of the assault team, along with future Spartan Commander Palmer, responsible for securing the UNSC Infinity from a band of insurrectionists intent on hijacking the ship. Spartan Davis distinguished himself during the Battle of Dratheus 5, once again fighting alongside Palmer to defend the UNSC's interests. And for Palmer, once an ODST, Spartan Palmer was handpicked by former Spartan 3 June A266 to be one of the first candidates in the new Spartan 4 program. Quickly proving herself during the defense of the UNSC Infinity from a hostile takeover by insurrectionists, Palmer was soon called upon to lead the UNSC strike team during the historic Battle of Dratheus 4. Now the senior Spartan aboard Infinity, Commander Palmer went on to be instrumental in the recovery of the Master Chief and the defeat of Julian Dama on Requiem. Along with another mention of the insurrectionist attack on Infinity, we also get Davis' full name and a surprise appearance from former Spartan 3 June A266. This last bit has had the Halo community in an uproar, to say the least. What this means is anyone's guess. June could have selected Palmer sometime before the Battle of Reach. His being a former Spartan 3 could support this. However, it could also be that he chose to integrate into the Spartan 4 program, or even resigned after helping select the new generation of Spartans. These last two options mean that, somehow, against all odds, June found a way off Reach. All I could say was, what the hell, 343? Another thing that really sticks out is this business of Palmer being instrumental in the recovery of the Chief and Julian Dama. All Palmer ever did during the Halo 4 campaign was comment on the Chief's height, and Jewel was hardly what I would call defeated. Hell, he almost killed the Infinity. Even with these technicalities aside, how was Palmer instrumental in any way? She did nothing in the campaign and was on the Infinity during most of Spartan Ops. Yeah, she's a commander, but Lasky was the ship's captain, commander during the campaign, and he was more instrumental than Palmer by far. Well, enough Palmer hate for now. I'm going to start sounding like Brian Reed. In more exciting news, this year's San Diego Comic-Con saw the announcement of a new Halo series, Halo Escalation. Set after Halo 4, the comic is described as an ongoing series featuring a number of recognizable characters. The Wired article states that the first issue would follow the Infinity as it is assigned for escort duty, overseeing diplomatic talks between the Arbiter and the Brutes. To say I'm excited about this is an understatement. We finally get to see the Arbiter again, and the idea of this diplomacy with the Brutes is kind of interesting. Unlike Initiation, this series will be written by Chris Schleffer. Apologies if I mispronounced your name, Chris. Lead writer of Halo 4. Hopefully we'll get a more balanced view of the universe from Chris. The first issue will hit stores on December 11th of this year. Also at Comic-Con was more news about the Halo DLC, the Championship Bundle. What I want to look at here are the armors coming with the DLC. The 3 new armor sets include Mark V, ODST, and Forerunner Prefect. The Mark V is based on the 2552 line by the Materials Group, used by the Spartan 2s during the Battle of Reach, and John 117 during the events of Halo Combat Evolved. ODST is making a nice return, and its description confirms that many Spartan 4s are in fact former ODSTs. And for the piece de resistance, the Forerunner Prefect armor. According to the fiction, the armor system was found at OD Research Station Trevelyan. Oni was able to get local Horogok to reverse engineer the designs to be integrated into baseline Yalner standards for use by Spartans. I gotta say, it's kinda cool to see more of the Forerunner armor designs, and it seems that the Prefect suit is based on an old piece of Bungie concept art for a Forerunner combat skin. It may not be, but I gotta say, they look way too similar for it to be a coincidence. A quick update for Mortal Dictata. The prologue of the book has been posted on Publisher Tor's website. It's actually pretty interesting, I gotta say. It's a first-person perspective from the father of Naomi 010, Stefan Sensky, allowing us to look into how his daughter's death affected his life and allowing us to understand him. This is probably the first time we've had such a deep look at the motivations of an insurrectionist. Finally, a fun new project that has risen among the Halo community. It's not that new, but this newest iteration seems to have some real steam behind it. A collaboration between 343industries.org, Halo Archive, and Halo Waypoint, the Sangheili Dictionary is an effort by fans to decode the Sangheili language. A Halo fan's Klingon, if you like. I'll drop links for anyone who's interested in that effort.
Tomoin Kanen no Yama, Halo Waypoint World.